What does it mean to be unwanted? Cast aside like trash in the cold grip of an alley's shadow. My story begins in the filth of a dumpster-lined street, where the world first taught me I was a burden. I was born to parents who saw me not as a life but as a mistake, a fifth child they couldn't afford, a weight they refused to carry. Hours after my birth, they left me, unclothed and shivering, in a narrow alley behind a crumbling tenement, my cries swallowed by the city's hum. That was 22 years ago, and the scars of that abandonment still pulse beneath my skin. But today I stand tall, a voice for the voiceless, a survivor who turned pain into purpose. The alley was my cradle, but it wasn't my home. A street sweeper found me at dawn, wrapped me in his jacket, and carried me to a hospital. I was a miracle, they sighed, a baby who survived a night of exposure, hunger, and neglect. The nurses named me Grace, a nod to the mercy that spared me. From there I entered the foster system, bouncing between homes like a pebble skipping across a restless sea. Some families were kind, offering warmth and fleeting moments of belonging. Others saw me as a paycheck, a mouth to feed, or worse, a shadow to ignore. Through it all, the question burned. Why was I not enough for the ones who made me? Growing up, I carried the weight of my origin like a stone in my chest. Kids at school whispered about the alley girl, their words sharp as broken glass. I'd lie awake at night, imagining my parents' faces, wondering if they ever regretted their choice. Did they sleep soundly, knowing their daughter was left to the mercy of strangers? I wanted answers, but more than that, I wanted to prove them wrong. I wasn't disposable. I wasn't a mistake. I was alive, and I would make my life mean something. School became my refuge. Books offered escape, and teachers saw potential where I saw only doubt. Miss Carter, my high school English teacher, was the first to truly see me. She'd stay late, helping me craft essays that poured out my pain and dreams. "Your voice matters, Grace," she'd say, her eyes steady with belief. I clung to those words, letting them anchor me. I earned a scholarship to college, studying social work to help kids like me kids the world tried to forget. Every late-night study session, every paper written, felt like a rebellion against the alley that almost claimed me. But survival isn't just about moving forward. It's about facing the past. At 19, I tracked down my biological parents. It wasn't hard. Public records and a few old neighbors led me to a sagging house on the city's edge. My heart pounded as I knocked, expecting what? Apologies? Love? The woman who answered had my eyes but none of my fire. She stared, her face a mask of guilt and defiance. My father, slouched in a chair, barely looked up. They admitted they couldn't afford another child, that they thought someone would find me. No remorse, just excuses. I left that house lighter, not because they gave me closure, but because I realized their choice wasn't my worth. Now at 22, I'm a voice for those society discards. I work with a nonprofit, advocating for foster kids, speaking at schools and community centers. I tell my story not for pity, but for power to show that no one's beginning defines their ending. I've sat with teens who feel invisible, held their hands as they cried, and told them they are enough. I've lobbied for better foster care funding, for systems that don't let kids slip through the cracks. Every step I take is a defiance of the alley, a testament to the human spirit's refusal to break. I still walk past that alley sometimes. It's just a street now, unremarkable except for the ghosts it holds. I don't hate my parents anymore. Hate is too heavy to carry. Instead, I choose forgiveness, not for them but for me. It frees me to love the family I've built. Friends who celebrate my victories, colleagues who share my fight, and the kids I mentor who remind me why I survived. To anyone feeling unwanted, I say this. You are not your circumstances. You are not the rejection you've faced. You are a story still being written, and every page is yours to claim. I was left in an alley, but I found my way to the light. So can you.